Hello, so today we're looking at the product rule of differentiation. Okay, so let's see what this is. So we're asked to differentiate the following function. So f of x in this case equals 3x to the power 4 plus 2x squared minus 1 all times x cubed minus x. So we need to use the product rule. Okay, so what is a product rule? Let's write it out. Let's write it off to the side, actually. Oh, let's scroll over. I'm not scrolling very well. Oh dear. Okay, let's put it over to the side, the product rule. So if we have a function capital F at x, then it equals the product of two other functions. We'll start with just two. Then f prime at x equals the derivative of the first function times the second function plus first function times the derivative of the second function. So this is our product rule of differentiation. So this is what we're going to use to differentiate each of these following functions. So let's start with the first one. We need to identify our two functions. So this would be the first. We've got a little inconsistency. We'll call it G, and the second we'll call H. Okay. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. So we have G of x and H of x. So now we need to find f prime of x, and that equals G prime times H plus G times H prime. Okay, now let's start filling things in. So what is G prime? 12x cubed plus 4x. What is H? X cubed minus x plus G, we're just going to copy G out, 3x to the power 4 plus 2x squared minus 1 times, a bit more space, derivative of H, which is 3x squared minus 1. So that's our derivative, and we've used the product rule. I can go on to simplify, but the more computations you do unnecessarily, more chance of error. So let's not do that. Let's just leave it there outright. So now let's look at the next function. Derivative of negative 3x plus x squared raised to the power negative 2 times the square root of 4 minus x squared. Okay, what are our two functions? We have G of x and H of x. Let's write out our product rule. F prime of x equals G prime of x times H of x plus G of x times H prime of x. And let's start filling things in. Derivative of G is negative 2 times negative 3x plus x squared to the negative 3 times, we need to use the chain rule in this particular case. And now we can multiply by H, which is square root of 4 minus x squared. And we're going to put the second term on the next line plus the G remains as is. Okay, now let's take the derivative of H. So 1/2 of 4 minus x squared raised to the power negative 1/2 times negative 2x. So again, we have to use the chain rule. Good. So again, we're done. Unless we're asked to simplify, don't do any more than you really have to. More you do, more potential for mistakes. All right, so next one, let's pick a different color. All right, f at x equals 1 minus x cubed plus x all raised to the power negative 2/3. So that's our G of x. And our times x squared plus 4x plus 1, that's our H of x. Let's write out our product rule. F prime equals G prime times H plus G times H prime. Let's start plugging things in. Okay, whoops. So negative 2/3 of 1 minus x cubed plus x raised to the power negative 5/3 times, we're going to use the chain rule, negative 3x squared plus 1 plus our, multiplied by our h, x squared plus 4x plus 1. That's a first term. plus g, let's just write our g at 1 minus x cubed plus x raised to the power negative 2 over 3. Now we're going to take the derivative of h, which is 2x plus 4. Good. Looks like we have one last one. All right, so now we have 3 functions. Okay, we got a lot of work to do here. Let's pick a fun color. How about blue? All right, so this time we have a g. We have an h. And I don't know, what letter do we want to use here? I don't know. Okay. G, H, let's use K. All right. Okay. All right, so F prime, we could write it all out, but it ends up getting a bit laborious, the general form. So let's not do that. But what we do know is we need to take the derivative of the first function. So let's do that, 2x. And then we're going to multiply, every function has a chance to have its derivative taken once. So we have the derivative of g of x is 2 of x. Now we're going to multiply by h and k. Okay. And then plus derivative of h now. So we're going to leave g alone times the derivative of h2 times 2 minus x cubed raised to the power 1 times negative 3x squared. And then finally times k x cubed. Good. Plus, all right, we're going to take the derivative of k now, but first let's write out g, x squared plus 1, h, 2 minus x cubed squared, and derivative of k, which is 3x squared. And that's the derivative of our function. That's a product of 3 different functions. Good. And again, you can simplify, but if you don't have to, don't. The more you do, the more potential for error. Good. All right. So that brings us to the end of our session. If you have any questions, send us a note at info@raisemymarks.com or give us a call, day or evening, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.